Hey, good morning. So, we are messengers of light. Welcome. 19 minutes, 57 seconds, because it's significant. You're significant. It all matters. Every minute matters. Ladies, let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a bedroom and instead of turning the light fully on, you dim it? hmm Maybe the bedside lamp, maybe a candlelight because you want a little romance. But you're usually doing it because you don't want to be exposed, right? You feel safer and softer, and you can still be seen, just not fully. I think many of us are living our lives that way. Not dark, just dim, still functioning, still showing up, still going through the motions, but not shining brightly enough to fully impact the people around us. Because when the light is low, people can't fully see you. You're not exposed. And sometimes you can't see them fully either. A couple weeks ago, we looked at seeing clearly and we asked God, who is the source of all things, how he sees us so we could see ourselves better because we know as we see, we can. Let me turn that just a moment. As we see, it makes a difference and on how we're seeing other people. So you can see clearly, but still live dim. Once again, you can see clearly, but still live dim. What does that mean? Well, the enemy doesn't always need to take out your light. He just needs to convince you to lower the brightness, tone it down, blend in, stay safe, don't be too much. We may have even been taught to live this way. Don't stand out too much. Don't shine too brightly. Don't call attention to ourselves. In the movie about Michael Jackson, it depicts how his father wanted him to not outshine his brothers. In fact, he was beaten for standing out. His father had in mind that he wanted them to be a unit, not one standing out more than the other, not Michael standing out. He even had an exercise where he had them all reach for the wall, and none of them was supposed to touch the wall. They were all to be this unit that in his mind he thought was the way it was supposed to be. Well, we get to transform what may have been communicated wrongly to our souls and our emotions by going to the source for clarification. Let's look at what God says about our light. In Matthew 5:14 and 15, it says, "You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and then puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand where it gives light to everyone." The light of the world, that's what God says. Not the light of your block or your bedroom or your friend group or LifeWave, but the world. That means your presence matters, your words matter, your energy matters, your encouragement matters. The world needs more illumination. I believe it's why we've locked hands with David Schmidt, because he too believes that the world needs illumination and it's from the inside out. Because when someone carrying light walks into a dark room, everything changes. It doesn't sound like God's saying to me to blend in, right? He's saying, "You're the light of the world." I wonder how many of us, well, of course we're carrying light, but we're living dim. You know what happens over time? We start shrinking, holding back, measuring ourselves, filtering ourselves. Think back of how we used to be singing, dancing, exploring, riding our bikes, loud, living loud, bright. And that was freedom, no restraints. Somewhere along the way, People learn to lower the light. Some are even told to back off, but that was never God's design. Mm-mm. Luke 8:16 says, no one lights a lamp and then covers it. No one is given light to play small with it. Isaiah 61 says, arise, let your light shine for all to see, for the glory of the Lord rises to shine on you. Let me read it again. Arise, let your light shine for all to see, for the glory of the Lord rises to shine on you. It's God's good pleasure for you to shine because it's a reflection of Him and His brightness. Arise, step into it. The glory of the Lord rises to shine on you. It's pleasure for Him, for you to shine, for you to express it. And there's a difference between a dim light and a bright one. A dim light says, maybe I'll speak, maybe I matter, maybe I'll reach out, maybe I'll shine if it's comfortable. But a bright light changes environments. A bright light shifts atmospheres, lifts people, ignites passion, awakens hope, creates movement, and gives direction. People move toward light. A light on a porch, people move towards. A light at a bonfire, people move towards. Light draws people. And as messengers of light, all of us, we're not called to barely glow, to try and stay hidden and not too exposed. We're called to illuminate. A lighthouse doesn't run around chasing boats, right? It just shines. And because it shines brightly, people find their way. The lighthouse doesn't chase. People find, and it gives the path for them to go. Some people are exhausted because they've been trying to convince people, chasing after them, instead of shining brightly enough who they are, that people would become curious about the light that they carry. Your brightness impacts more than you realize. I'll say it again. Your brightness impacts more than you realize. When you shine brightly, people feel seen, right? Because they can be seen. Remember back to that illustration of in the bedroom, neither one of you is really seen. You're kind of both hidden. But when you come with your light, people feel seen. Courage rises, conversations open, healings begin, possibility expands. One bright person in a room can shift the emotional temperature of the entire environment. This is a side note why people are encouraged to go to events, because when that room is lit up with all that brightness, you can't help but get it on you. It's like when you go outside and the sun is shining brightly, you can't help but have your vitamin D and your DNA and all the cells come alive, right? Because that bright light is shining on you. Well, when you go to events, all that bright light of all the people being there and the brilliance that God has put into them is shining and being exposed, and it's out there, and it can't help but change you. It comes into your cells and into your DNA. That's why you go to events. That's why dimming matters. When you dim, people lose warmth, people lose direction, people lose hope, people lose the invitation your life was meant to carry. You know, we each have a dimmer switch. We carry it. Stuff may have happened to us, but we carry the dimmer switch. How bright? How much? How little? How lot? Here's the question this week. Where are you dimming? Where were you designed to shine? Where are you holding back? The light is already in you. It's already there. It's not waiting to be discovered. It's already there in you. Fear, disappointment, trying to fit in, waiting for permission has maybe dimmed it. Maybe today. We need permission to fully illuminate, to be all that and more. You have God's permission. He says you are the light of the world. You have his permission to be all that and more. The old voices that are trying to whisper to you to play it down. Come on, you're standing out. Forgive them. They didn't know what they didn't know. Because the world does not need your head under a basket. Actually, the illustration that God gives in Matthew 14:15, God knew that would be our tendency, right? That things would happen and we'd start to kind of dim ourselves. Our world needs illuminated, loving people. You know, I feel we need to do this morning to really step in and grasp this fully. So we're going to take a deep breath in, deep breath out. We're going to ask God for the name or the names of the people and persons who tried to convince you to live blended in and dim. Go ahead and bring them to mind. Okay. No condemnation, no shame, no guilt, just who are they? And you're all muted, so you're by yourself, so you can say their names out loud. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to place them in our hands. And we're going to say, thank you for the gift they were in my life. Thank you for the gift of my sister. Thank you for the gift of my mom. Thank you for the gift of coach so-and-so. Thank you for the gift they were in my life. I may not have recognized as a gift, but they were the catalyst today for my greatness. Say it again. I may not have recognized them as a gift. I may not have recognized Mom. I may not have recognized Uncle Joe. I may not have recognized whoever those names are that God gave you, that Holy Spirit gave you. I may not have recognized them as a gift, but they were the catalyst today for my greatness. I release them, God, to you because they don't know what you know about me and my giftings. I release them because they don't know what, God, you know about me and my giftings. They are free to live brightly, and so am I. I lift them off. Whew, that's freeing right there, right? About 20 years of counseling, gone. Whew. You know, I don't remember if I told you in the Michael movie that his mother is the one who encouraged him and said, Michael, I knew you were different the moment you were born. I knew that you were a bright light. Don't let anyone take it away from you, not even yourself. Not even yourself. Maybe you need to do that little exercise again with your name. Thank you for the gift I am in my life. I may not have recognized as a gift who I was, but it's the catalyst of me feeling this, and this today that leads to my greatness. I release that part of me that was being judgmental, whatever. I release it, God, to you. Because the Peggy who stands here now didn't know all the giftings you had given to me. And now I'm free to live brightly. So, next activation, grab a pen and paper. Take a deep breath in and fix your eyes, close your eyes, fix your eyes on I use Jesus. You can call a different name, Source, God of the universe, Creator, Father, Holy Spirit. Just fix your eyes on that pure, bright, beautiful light, that being. Again, I use Jesus because it's personal to me. Put a smile on your face because he's good. And we're going to tune into spontaneous thoughts. It's that first thought as we fix our eyes where that needs to be. Where can I show up more boldly this week? Where am I playing small instead of shining brightly? Where am I playing it small? Where can I shine out more brightly? The index finger, that gives direction. Daddy, Abba, Father, point me to the people who are looking for the light right now. Someone that needs encouragement, needs hope. They need to feel seen, that it's safe. They're not exposed. They're safe in my light, in your light. Next one, the middle finger. We're going to flick some things away. These are yes or no. Is fear dimming my light? Is comparison dimming my light? Is past disappointment dimming my light? Is people pleasing dimming my light? Is fear of I'm not enough dimming my light? What no longer belongs in the picture? Flick it away. Just watch it be flicked away. Remember, visuals are important. Ring. Who can I connect with more intentionally this week? Who can I lock eyes with? Who can I hug, encourage? Because bright lights create connection. Who can I look into the eye of and let them see my light? And I'm looking for their light and encouraging them to turn up the volume, to not play dim. And the pinky. Where can I go this week to start a spark? One conversation, one smile, one invitation, one moment of light. You know, small sparks start a huge fire. Thank you. Thank you. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light shine before others, not hidden, not dim, not reduced, shining. You are already the light of the world. You're deciding how brightly you'll shine. No more dimming the switch. You're turning it up." Imagine what would have happened had Michael not pushed through to be as bright as his mom told him he was meant to be. There's a profound scene in the movie. Listen in. Michael is, they have a pool and his brothers are horsing around, playing around the pool. And Michael's floating alone on a raft and he's listening. You can tell he's getting a download. He's receiving music. And when they ask him to play, Michael says, "If I don't listen, Jehovah, God, might give it to Prince." Yep. Yep. If not me, then who? If not you, then who? We don't want to dim what heaven is releasing to us. We don't want to dim that. We want to receive it. We want all of it. You're not wanting to become the light. You already are the light of the world. You're deciding. You've got the dimmer switch. You're deciding how brightly you'll shine. You already are. God already said, you are the light of the world. You control the dimmer switch. Some of us have been waiting for permission to shine brightly, but heaven already gave it. And this is why we meet each week in Messengers of Light, to encourage, to empower, and to ensure our lights are brilliantly bright. Because bright lights don't just change rooms, they help people find their way home. Home is love. The bright light helps people find their way home. So go shine brighter than ever. It's God's gift to you and your gift to the world. I love you.